But yes, I am ready.
You ready, Joe? Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
We ready? All right, no one else can do. Okay, hey, well, welcome back to No Shot Podcast.
No, yep. You're on your own with that one, pal.
My name's Jared. I'm here joined with my two friends, Joe and Chris. Say what's up, fellas.
What's up, fellas?
I hate you guys so much. But on today's episode, we're gonna talk a little bit about Odell Beckham Jr., Cam Newton, GTA Remastered, college football. The fuck's wrong with Texas? And do our pick'em. But before we get into all that, make sure you like, you subscribe, make sure you comment down below wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you rate 5 stars, leave us a review, and make sure you download and tell your friends. But how we doing today, boys?
Shit, I'm chilling.
Good.
We trying to get back into swing of 2K. It's been like 4 days. Can't make a shot. I'm awful. I'm so bad
2K,
at this game.
2K. Hey, Joe and I had our first good run in 2K ever. It might be the
Mm-hmm.
last good run in 2K. Shout out Tori. Shout out that man Tori if he's listening. Shout out Tori. Little context. Chris, Joe, and I have been playing new 2K on PS5, and heading into Sunday, Joe, Chris, and I had two total park wins with about 30 losses. We had a 5% win rate. Chris had people over at his place while Joe and I were playing, and so Joe and I were like, we played a twos game, got absolute dunked on, got beat 22-5. Like, all right, let's just go play with some random in the no squad threes, and then we won 16 in a row. It was some of the crazy stuff. Chris showed up to try to drop us off, spanked his ass, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that second game was miserable.
that's the only good thing that any of us have been a part of in 2K since since we all started playing it. It has not been a good online experience for the three of us. But we'll get better. You know, we're grinding. Chris in the lab, who's doing some 2K drills before this, so we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Um, Before we start today, I haven't had the pleasure to talk to these boys all week. I want to tell y'all a story that happened to Cody and I last night.
Last night, Jesus
Last night.
Christ.
This is last night. This happened yesterday. So Cody is a guy that I'm friends with from college. Chris and Joe both know him too, and we work together. And we wanted to try to hang out a little bit after work, like outside of work. And so we decided that once a week we're gonna go to this place in town. And so we've been there the past 3 weeks. And last night was the third time we'd gone. And we're sitting there. We have the same waitress that we had the week before. And we're sitting there. We're eating. We're talking. And the server, she comes up to us and she goes, "Hey, I just wanted to let you guys know that all the other servers think you guys are really, really cute." And Cody was like, "Oh." We're like, "Oh, okay." And she goes, "Yeah, but they're also wondering, are you guys gay?" so Cody and I just heard the first part, and I kind of heard what she said after that, and I was like, "Wait a second, what did you say?" And she's like, "Are you guys fruity?" And I was like, "What?" I was
Oh
like,
my
"What do you
god.
mean fruity?" And she goes, like, and she does the hand motion where she picks her hand up and does a limp wrist. And we
Get
were like,
shit on.
"Yo, what the fuck?" I was more taken aback that that's the route she took to ask us if we were gay or not.
Bro, get fucking
And
shit on.
I was like, one, you can't do that. You can't just ask if people are fruity and do the limp wrist.
Did,
But we were
did
like,
you
How
say
many
yes?
times have you guys been there together though?
three. Now,
Oh
okay,
well.
context for this. The first time we went and we met up with a couple girls from the gym that invited us out, and we drank beer all night. We're at the bar. The last two times we've gone on Thursdays because it's half price cocktail night, and we're just like, fuck it, let's go get some cocktails. And so, like, to be fair, Cody's drinking like martinis. I was
Yeah,
drinking
that sounds like
something. I was drinking
Sounds
something
like
called
fruity shit right there.
a coconut sunrise.
Yeah, sounds like fruity shit, 100%. You got to set yourself up for that one.
But we were
But
like,
was it
what?
good?
They were, bro, delicious, delicious.
That's
And
all that
so,
matters. Fuck that
and
bitch.
yeah, no, and so we were like, okay, and this is small town Texas, and I had to tell the girls like, you cannot do that because if you ask someone that and they actually are gay, you're fired. Like it's wraps. You're done.
Yeah, because you're not going to hear the end of it from them.
No. But yeah, and then for the rest of the night, every time I ordered a drink, I was like, can I get it extra fruity? But yeah, yep. So
That's
apparently,
hilarious.
I did say though, I was like, hey, if Cody and I were gay, we would be a power couple. Let's say that. But he could also do better than me. But I digress.
You just said yes and see what happens.
Huh?
You should have just said yes and see what happens.
I would have, but it's small town Texas. And so
Yeah,
if they're
no,
like, oh,
thanks,
hey, the
Joe.
two guys that are running the gym are gay, might not. I'm not saying. Now, preface this. If you're gay, that's awesome. If you're not gay, that's awesome. If you have any type of sexual orientation, cool. Who gives a shit? But this is small town Texas. And so some people have different point of views than others. And it's a little more closed-minded than everything else. But yeah, we were like, no, we're not gay. And I was surprised Cody was taking it as funny as he thought as he was, but I digress. That's the story. I thought you guys would enjoy that. So,
That's funny. That's hilarious, actually.
yep.
Because in back in Stephenville, you can definitely not say that you guys were gay, but you guys definitely did a lot of shit together.
Yeah.
So it would definitely not necessarily give off a vibe.
Well,
But
we usually like most of the time people ask if we're related, like if we're brothers or cousins. That's what we usually get.
Mm.
But hey, first time for everything, you know. It's
I
crazy.
guess it's because of the martinis and coconut sunrise.
Hey, shit slaps. Shit slaps.
That's all that matters, right, Joe?
That's what I'm
Hey,
saying,
who gives a
bro.
shit? You order the fuck you want if it tastes good. Hey, Joe, remember the mudslides?
Yes, sir.
Shit, shit. Chris, you ever had a mudslide before?
Never heard of a mudslide.
It's like
I don't want a
no.
mudslide.
It's basically a chocolate milkshake with like Irish cream.
Cholula.
It's like remember when we went and saw Infinity War and you guys got hard milkshakes?
No, because that
Oh,
shit did not. It was not hard. It was like just a milkshake.
okay. Well, I'm just
But
okay.
but yeah,
I know that's what it
There's
tastes
nothing
like.
alcohol.
It's just a spiked milkshake.
cool.
Yeah, but yeah, but Cody, quit calling me. Here,
You sure you're not fruity?
Sounds kind of gay.
but
Yo, shout out to Bandai with the new Fighters content coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
Don't know when it's coming out, but it
It's
says it's
coming?
gonna come soon. So I'm excited. I'm
What
for it.
sequel? What sequel comes out first, Fighters or Xenoverse 3?
Fighters.
Xenoverse
Fighters
3
2 or
for sure.
Xenoverse 3?
Fighters 2
Xenoverse
comes
3
out way
for
before
sure.
You think
Nah,
so?
Xenoverse 3 comes out 3 times.
Joe, have you played Xenoverse 2?
Yeah, for 5 minutes, I'm like, man, this shit sucks. So
I
I
will
turned it
say,
off.
no, the beginning sucks.
The beginning's the
The
worst
beginning
part,
is
and
tough.
like what's so bad is that like there's so many good like skills and abilities and shit that like you can't even like sit there and be like, oh, I'm gonna play online instead. No, because it also doesn't give you characters.
No,
So like it's fucking dog shit. It's so bad.
it's such a grind, and I've created a new character 3 times in that game, and got oh, it's so tough.
I played the game again and to get the Ultra Instinct Kamehameha, and it's lit.
Dude.
It's dope. It's
Yeah.
not strong at all. It's absolutely dog shit in terms of like actual power, but it's so cool to like someone shoots something at you and like so like it does a normal Kamehameha, right? But you teleport up to them, so it's like instant transmission. But if someone like shoots a beam at you while you're charging it, you ride the beam up to them,
Oh,
and
that's
it's
dope.
so
That's
lit.
dope.
It's so lit.
That's
It's
dope.
so cool. But like I said, it's dog shit in terms of like actual like power. It sucks.
Hey, but it's worth it. Hey, all that matters is that it looks cool, right?
Uh,
In this context,
not
maybe it
on,
matters a
not
little more on other
online,
stuff.
not online, but yeah, on like if you're playing like against friends and shit, yeah.
Yeah, I will say that game is fun just to grind in, like just you and I doing the one parallel quest for you to try to get uh Vegito's
Just a
stuff,
pair of
and
fucking pants,
and it,
like
it
my
doesn't
guy.
happen, and we did that for hours on end, and then when you find, there's nothing like that feeling where you finally get it, like, but shout
Destiny,
out
Destiny One vibes right there.
RNG out the ass. The worst though is when you have to get to you have to trigger certain events in the parallel quest.
Yeah, or you have to beat like X person in X amount of time, and then you have to do like you have to go to X place to see X person, or you have to do all this by X time limit.
Remember
It's
when we did the tournament of power parallel quests that we're severely underleveled for and got
bro,
fucked on? Oh my
so
god.
it was so
Uh,
tough.
that was horrible.
I
But
did that solo with Ultra Instinct Goku,
mhm.
and what you can actually get one of his ultimates, the really busted one.
Okay.
I don't even know, but it's so good because it does like 3 health bars of damage,
Oh shit.
so you can just fuck around and just kill everybody.
All right. Well, I refuse to let us talk more than five
Yeah,
minutes on Xenoverse.
let's go. Let's go. Next
And so,
topic.
real quick, shout out to Mr. Joe. Joe out here making predictions. Odell Beckham Jr. signed with the Rams on a 1 year, and
Oh
apparently they're
yeah,
trying to work on a long-term relationship. So now officially,
yeah.
their offensive weapons are Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Odell Beckham Jr., Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee, and Daryl Henderson Jr. and Sony Michelle. And then on defense, they have Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, and Von Miller. I don't know who's doing their books for Cap, but they need a raise. I don't know who's figuring that shit out, but they need a raise. That is crazy. What are y'all's
I
thoughts on
think what
Odell going to
helps
the
is
Rams?
like, yeah, I mean, it helps signing him to a 1 year instead of signing him immediately to like what, like 3 4 years type shit. So like, I don't know, man. We got some good shit going on here. Looks like an NBA signing almost like an NBA
It's
team.
crazy. Joe, what you think?
I mean, I don't really know what to think yet. Like, it's hard to really, judge a signing until he actually plays football. But obviously, from a original viewpoint, definitely looks like a Super Bowl favorite team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of in pain because I have Daryl Henderson, and I don't think we're gonna be running football too much.
Hey, I don't
So,
know. I don't know about that. The Browns, the Browns didn't give a shit. They had Kareem Hunt and Nick
well,
Chubb go down. They said we're still not
well,
throwing
I,
it to him.
I think the issue is with the Browns is Baker Mayfield sucks dick. Not in like the cool gay way, but like he sucks at football way. Um, and Matthew Stafford's like actually good at football. So,
Yeah, he wasn't very good last week, but I see what you're saying.
I mean, it happens.
Did he get hurt last week too?
Point is
He
Baker
rolled his
Mayfield
ankle.
sucks.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was just thinking, like, do y'all remember, like, we have some pretty overpowered teams or overpowered offenses in the NFL right now. Like, the Rams'
Name one.
offense is stacked. You said name one? The Buccaneers?
They suck.
The Buccaneers. Okay, the Buccaneers
Whoa.
offense still has Tom Brady, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, Antonio Brown, Gronk, O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Scotty motherfucking Miller, and then you still have the Cowboys offense, which is pretty stacked right now. They haven't been playing without Michael Gallup for the whole year, and just it's crazy to
Didn't look
think.
great last week. I don't know
No,
what
that
happened.
shit. Hey, that shit
I don't know
happens.
what happened.
Everybody lost last week. It don't matter. Everybody lost last week. Everybody lost last week. Last week was not a good week for Pick'em. Let me tell you what. It was
This is
not a good.
not.
This is not a good week for Pick'em.
Not
Hey, at least we're not the fucking Bills who didn't score a touchdown against the Jaguars. Oh my god. Uh, but another signing.
or the Ravens who lost to the Dolphins.
bro. We can get to that. Oh, Mister, dude, the not touchdown by the guard, bro.
That's the worst no call I've
Did
ever
you
seen in my
see that?
life.
That is amazing. They ran that screenplay, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself." He got that. That's the greatest shit I've seen. Oh, Joe, I'm so jealous. You got to carry the ball in high school.
Yeah, twice.
Hey, hey, twice is better than nothing. You don't have that highlight tape forever if you toting that rock.
I average 10 yards a carry.
Hey, yo, better than Chris. Yo,
For sure.
uh-oh.
I, I think 6 yards a carry.
Joe, I know you don't want to have kids, and you probably don't think you will, but if you eventually have kids, that's what you're gonna tell them. Hey, when I was in high school, I averaged 10 yards a carry.
Oh, 10 yards a carry.
You just don't tell them that it was twice.
Yeah, because the first one didn't count because somebody held.
Uh, who held?
I think it was Matthew.
Oh, you fuck him. Happy Veterans Day, Matt, but fuck you.
Man, fuck his Veterans Day for holding.
Oh my.
You don't deserve shit.
Oh my god. Well, and other signings, Cam Newton went back to the Panthers, and they gave him pretty fat. He's getting 1 year, 10 mil, with like 4.5 guaranteed. Like, we'll see if that works.
What are you gonna do? Keep playing Sam Darnold?
Well, Sam Darnold's out for at least a few weeks.
Well, he sucks anyway, so.
We need to change the Joe. Joe, who else are you angry at right now?
Just keep going. I'm sure we'll find somebody.
Okay. Shit. Shit. I can't. Chris, name drop somebody.
Name drop somebody.
Just-
Bitch, you gonna ask me to name drop somebody?
Joe, how do you feel about Joe? How do you feel about Ben Simmons?
I mean, he sucks, but that's.
Well, you know he's claiming that the 76ers are making his mental health worse, right?
Yeah. Even though he brought all this upon himself.
Like all he had to do was work on his jump shot in the summer.
All he's had to do is work on his jump shot for the 24 years he's been alive.
Well, I mean, not necessarily, but
You can't practice layups all practice session, Ben.
once he got to the NBA and once he like was told like, "Yo, you need to shoot a jump shot," I think he should have just started practicing his jump shots.
You know who the Sixers really wish they had? Bob
Luka
motherfucking
Doncic.
Cousy.
Bob Cousy and other homie
Rick
from
Barry, Rick motherfucking Barry,
Rick
and Bob
Barry and
motherfucking
Bob
Cousy, the two greatest basketball players of all time.
they'd be undefeated, 82-0.
For some context, we did Court Conqueror challenge in 2K this weekend, and it took us an ungodly amount of time to beat. You have to play three. It was 8 teams of 3 players, and it was like current players and former legends. And when did we start? Like 11 or 10?
It was like 10, and we didn't finish until like
4 in the morning.
2:30.
No, it was.
Was it 4?
It was like 4 in the morning.
All I know is the Warriors and the Bulls had us in shambles, and I like you can't change my mind. Like awful.
There was.
Oh God, it was awful.
Was Rick Barry the Warriors?
Yeah, he was on the Warriors.
Yeah, Rick Barry was giving Chris buckets, and then Bob fucking Cousy. I was guarding him, but we would switch it and like giving it to Joe in the paint, and fucking Bob Cousy was not letting Joe back him down.
For context on that, Joe's guy is 7'1", like
and
what?
with
How much?
max strength,
Max, like 90 strength.
Like 95 strength.
and Bob fucking Cousy just not
Doing the
letting.
damn thing.
Oh shit! But how do we think? Do we think Cam Newton's gonna do well with the Panthers?
I think he'll do all right. I mean, is Christian McCaffrey still playing?
Yeah, he played last week.
Yeah.
They're slowly ramping him back into playing shape.
Okay,
But-
good, because they just threw him into the Wolves week 1, and then he got hurt like what, week 2
I
or
got
some
hurt
shit
week
like
3.
that.
He played 3 weeks. He gave me 3 weeks of 20 points in fantasy, and then he hasn't played. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's been
like
pain.
yeah. I mean, I think he'll be all right.
Joe, you're
Oh,
echoing. Yes.
yeah,
Joe, just hold your fucking phone, Joe.
just get together. Just get your shit together. Hold your phone.
Just hold your
We're
phone,
recording the
Joe.
podcast. Like, come on.
Is it good now?
How is it full?
What,
Huh?
what do you
What?
mean?
Chris is
You're
holding
the
his
one
phone.
echoing. I hold my phone, lay down, hold my phone, and you're still echoing.
You're still echoing, Joe. And, okay.
Is it that hard? Like,
I'm not gonna stop the recording. We're just gonna let this ride out.
whatever.
We're gonna. Oh, and he's gone.
It's recording. But anyway, I think I think Cam will be all right. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think he's anything spectacular. I don't think he's going to be bad.
I don't know how
I
he
think
hasn't gotten signed yet.
I think a lot of teams
Go ahead.
don't want to. I think a lot of teams don't want to add that age at that position with what his skill set is. You know, like I mean, I think they want to just either ride with what they got or have a younger guy on.
I think it's more of just the Tebow effect, where it's you can't bring in someone who's gonna get more media and more attention than the guy in front of him. That's why like Tim Tebow fell out of the league, is he could have been a good mentor for people, but every week it's like, oh, is Tim Tebow gonna play? Are you gonna put a special package in for Tim Tebow? That's why the Patriots cut Tim Tebow. They're like, get the fuck out of here. We don't want to have constant. We don't want Tim Tebow. We don't want more stories about Tim Tebow than Tom Brady.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it makes sense, but
It's just stuff
just
like that. And so I think that's
it's
why
just
they got rid of him for Mac Jones. Is like, we want Mac Jones to feel no pressure, and we don't want him to think, oh, if he sucks, we'll just bench him for Cam Newton and everything. Welcome back, Joe.
Fuck you.
Okay.
So you're okay. Got it, Joe. Anywho,
Well,
but yeah, like I get that. Like that media thing is a huge, I guess you would say hurdle for a lot of younger guys, especially if it's like at that position. So
shit. I mean,
I get it.
look what's happening with the Jets right now with Zach Wilson and Mike White. Someone came in there and threw a couple touchdown passes, and they were like, "Shit, fuck that other guy. We want to see this dude."
I feel like that was going to happen with the Jets, regardless of what happened.
Yeah,
like
probably.
you could have signed like a child as the Jets quarterback. He throws one touchdown, they're going ballistic. So I mean, I don't know.
You think Zach Wilson's like not success is attributed to the fact that he went to BYU?
It's possible.
Do you think John Smith?
BYU has that effect on people.
Do you think he did too much soaking in college?
Soaking?
Oh, do you not know what soaking is?
I've never heard of this phrase in my life.
Joe, you
No,
know
we've talked about this multiple times at this point, Chris. And I don't like you're not.
I've never
Have we
heard
talked
of
about
the phrase.
soaking on the pod?
I have never heard of the phrase soaking ever in my life.
So, in the Mormon religion, it's premarital sex is super frowned upon, and so a lot of young Mormons with a lot of pent up emotions. Oh, and masturbating's frowned upon. And so a lot of these Mormon kids they get around each other and they start feeling these hormones raging through them, and so they came up with this thing where they just put their penis in the vagina and they don't move, and it's called soaking, and it's their way of not having sex but also getting off a little bit.
Got it.
And there's a new trend now called jump humping.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Where they'll soak and then they'll have someone else get on the bed and jump up and down to create the friction. So technically they're not moving, but they're being forced to move while they're soaking.
You know, I just wish that, like, if I was Mormon, one of my homies would jump hump for me.
Would you jump hump for me, Joe?
Of course.
Would you jump Hump for Chris?
Would would that
Of
would
course.
that like would that bed be able to support that?
Nope.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah,
The
I
bed
don't
is
think so.
compromised.
The bed was compromised. Oh my god, I haven't heard that joke in forever.
Yep, but yeah, it's crazy. Oh, it's like at that point,
Well,
just have. If you're going through all those hurdles, just have sex. Who cares?
The Lord,
apparently the moms care a lot.
I mean, just
the
yeah, who
Lord.
cares? Sorry, you don't get to go to the 8th tier of heaven. You got to go to the 7th tier of heaven. It's crazy. All right, that's enough. That's Mormon talk. Uh, so let's talk about the. Have y'all been paying attention to anything with the GTA remasters that came out?
Yes.
No, because I don't like GTA.
Then what have you been hearing, Joe?
Well, I've been seeing that they're fucking awful.
Yeah, the shit's just broken, and cars are just doing whatever the fuck they want.
Like,
And
to no surprise, it's just another fucking Rockstar cash grab.
it's like when Rockstar wants to make a game, they do a great job. Whenever like, yo, let's get this fucking money. It's just like, oh, this kind of sucks. But
Because people know that they're like, 3 GTAs that people have like some sort of nostalgia with, right? It's either San Andreas, Vice City, or the third one, right? So why not put all those together, right? And then sell them for like, what was it, $80,
yeah,
$60?
I think it was 80.
Yeah, like 80 fucking
No
dollars.
shot.
Yeah,
And the craziest
and
thing
then
they did too was they took the ports that they had on PlayStation and Xbox and PC of the originals off the market.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
On top of that, they did a horrible job on upgrade. Like the games are hardly updated.
Yeah, they just put a new coat. They just like put a new coat of paint on it. Like it still looks
Literally, like
no gameplay changes or anything like that. And so
no, it's just
and so that leads me
awful.
into this question: is like, are there any games that are there any good remasters, or like reimaginations that you guys have liked? Like I would have looked forward to the GTA remasters if they did it like how Mafia did it, where they took the concept of the game and the story of the game and the missions basically the same, but they redid all of the gameplay, all of the graphics, everything. If they basically just took the old GTA games and were like, hey, we're just gonna make this like GTA 5, but it's with these stories and everything, I think that would have been great. But I think that's a little too much work for Rockstar. So do y'all have any remasters or reimagined games that you really like? Or reboots? Reboots. That's the word I was looking for. Reboots.
Well, a reboot is a totally different thing, right?
I
Well,
mean,
I think the best reboot is God of War.
yeah.
Like,
It's not
uh,
a remaster.
I said
okay,
remaster,
like,
reimagination, or reboot.
Well, isn't a reboot an entirely different game?
no.
Yes.
I mean, it's still
Okay, it's
it's
still
still the
entirely
same.
different
It's
game.
the same
Like,
concept. It's
like
just
I
that's
I
why
guess.
my question isn't what's just a good remaster. I said, have you played any good remasters, reimaginations, or reboots? That's open ended.
I don't see how reboots are
okay,
relevant, but
what do you
oh,
think a reboot is, Joe?
it's not what I think a reboot is. It's just not a remaster or a reimagining. It's just a reboot of a
Well,
game.
then what's the difference between a reimagining and a reboot? Because I feel like that's the same thing.
Because No, because Resident Evil 2 is a reimagining. It's the same game, but it just looks vastly different.
Well, then that wouldn't that just be a remastered?
No, it's a reimagining because okay, if we look at the remasters and then like the reimagined games, you can tell the difference between them, right?
Would the would the Mafia be a reimagined
Hold on, hold
maybe?
on, hold on. Are we talking about remakes?
Yeah.
Okay, because when I hear reboot, I think like same characters, but like
It's
different
the same
story.
IP.
Yeah, it's the same IP, but it's a
But
completely
it's just
new
a
like
different
thing.
like Call of Duty Modern Warfare reboot isn't the same as Call of Duty Modern Warfare. They're totally different games. They're not even in the same stratosphere as each other.
Yeah.
right?
So is that a
Yeah.
reboot of Modern Warfare? Or is that a reimagine? Because
Because
that's a reboot, wouldn't it?
God of War isn't the same as the first God of War. You could literally
No,
have called the next God of War 4, and no one would have batted an eye. It's hardly a reboot.
it's completely a reboot. What do you mean?
No, because if you call it God of War 4, no one would have batted an eye, because it really was a sequel to the last game.
It was it, they explained how it wasn't exactly a sequel, but you can think of it as a sequel. But the gameplay and like how the story is told is completely different from how it was before. I see what you're saying though, but like I mean, I don't know. I still consider it a reboot because it's not like it's completely like it's not like a remake of anything. It's not a remaster of anything.
I
So
don't
I can
know.
reboot.
All it is, it's a good game, but I just don't see how the reboot is. But whatever.
Well, that's what the question. Have you like the question's open ended to hit any of those three categories? Because
Okay, my bad.
I'm just saying it has something to do with the original IP, like it's changed.
A little bit.
Like
Anywho,
what would you classify the new Mafia or the Mafia game as?
It's a remake. That's a whole remake.
Okay, so would that be remastered, reimagined, or so it's
no. He says it's a
a
remake,
remake?
which
Okay, God, there's so
yeah,
much There's so many fucking layers of this. Oh my
Yeah.
God, what did I
And
do?
because the issue is like
is
the
this thing
problem with
meta?
this conversation is like we have a really shitty remasters, which are just
Yes.
like slightly upgraded games, and then we have like amazing remakes like Resident Evil 2 and then the Mafia game, right? Because here's the thing: the issue with the Mafia game is Mafia 1 is a remake, Mafia 2 was remastered, so you can see the very clear differences going from game to game there.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Final
like
Fantasy VII is a really good remake.
yeah.
I started that, by the way.
Okay. And that's probably what the question should have been. Okay. So if we okay. So if you have like a favorite, like if you have fuck.
You got this.
Okay. No, I'm still figuring it out. Okay, well then let's try to take it down. Do you guys have a favorite remastered game, or do you
Um,
think they're like have there been a good because we know a lot of remasters are just cheeks.
There have
And
not been a lot of good remaster games.
I will say the best ones that I like are the Halo ones.
Yeah, but like,
yeah, I
yeah,
think MCC like with Halo 1 and Halo
Halo
2
2.
Halo
Anniversary.
2 looks incredible.
Those are like
Like,
top tier.
like I was pulling out my hair playing it, but man, was it beautiful.
Well, that's because you played with an entire noob.
Yeah.
On the Avengers Halo game.
You played with a European.
Okay.
Gross. Gross.
Okay.
Isn't most of our audience from
Apparently,
Europe?
allegedly. Not most of it. Most of our audience is here right now in the Discord.
Hello, audience.
It's us. Uh,
We're audience.
well then here, are there any okay, so I think are we on agreement that if we want to see an IP continue that's older, we want it to be rebooted? Are we all in agreement
Yes.
on that?
Yes.
Okay. Then what are
Sure.
some games that you would like to see rebooted?
Rebooted.
Rebooty. Rebooty. I'll say this. I would like to see a reboot of Banjo Kazooie.
You,
They've already
you like
tried that.
Banjo?
I fucking love Banjo.
I never played Banjo.
Banjo slap. I could
It's okay.
also
Okay.
I understand this isn't super super old. I want them to reboot all of Dragon Age. Just like
I never played
Inquisition.
Dragon.
I did not enjoy Inquisition at all. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. But I mean, at that
I
point, well
want
then,
them,
go ahead.
what I want to see, like, I don't know. It's tough.
Well, you just had an idea,
Yeah, you
so
just said.
I
Well,
didn't have an idea, but then I imagined it was technically already rebooted, so it doesn't really
what
work.
is it?
I want to see Assassin's Creed rebooted. But
I
like
want
technically
that to
rebooted with
return to
people.
form. I'm tired of
Yeah,
this
yeah,
RPG
yeah.
shit. I hate this
Yeah, yeah.
RPG.
I want Assassin's Creed rebooted.
I want them to reboot
Among Us,
Among Us.
Among Us.
What I would actually like really enjoy like a reboot of is fucking Jump Force. If that game was made properly, it would be like the best thing ever for
I
me
want.
as a nerd.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like
They gotta
imagine a game that you would actually have fun playing with like all these different like characters, right? Like it's almost like Smash Bros exists.
Oh,
But I'm not saying I want like an anime Smash
only
Bros.
specials,
I know
but
what I
Smash
want.
will happen.
I know what I want. There's I know what I want.
Was good.
I want it. I want Jack and Daxter.
Anyone know what was a really good reboot?
I don't even want Jack and Daxter like remastered. I mean, rebooted though. Like I would take like a continuation of Jack and Daxter, like dead ass. You're saying what, Joe?
What was a really good reboot? The fucking Doom games.
Yeah. I mean, when
That
they're
was,
considered some of the best games of all time, I think it's a good reboot.
that was a really good reboot. But no, something like it's not rebooted, but something I want like remastered, but like nothing like crazy is Bloodborne. Just give it to me like 60 FPS already.
Are you saying that because we've been playing it?
No, I've always want. I mean, you know, like I bought it on PC for mods and all that jazz. But what I really want is a PlayStation 5 update. Just something. Just give me something like because like it's still very fun, but like you can just tell that like it's like just 60 FPS and it'll be just perfect. That that's all I
I
want.
I have I have never been like I guess it's because like I play so many different games, maybe, but like frame rate just does not like matter to me.
Oh.
I don't know why. Like it just doesn't. I mean, I can tell the difference between like 60 FPS, 30 FPS, 240, right? But it's just like I don't care. Like I
Try
don't
playing Valorant on 30 FPS and tell me you don't care.
play what?
Try playing Valorant or any like competitive shooter on like 30 FPS and then tell
I
me you don't
have. I have
care. Okay,
multiple
so you
times.
care. And saying you don't is cap.
I will
No, I
say
don't.
I will say
'Cause I
Max Payne with a bunch of frames phenomenal.
Oh, Max, that's you know what, Jared. We need to reboot of that game.
Yeah, imagine.
We can Rockstar.
You know what we need? We need to reboot a Spec Off the Line.
No, we don't.
Right?
If you want, if you want a John Wick experience, Max Payne 3 is the John Wick
It
experience.
is. It is. Oh,
Like that's what you're gonna get.
you know, okay. Other franchises that I just want back, or them to just make games again. I want more Fight Night. I understand boxing ain't all that popular, but I want more Fight Night in my life.
Fight Night would be cool. I don't even
Oh
like boxing,
shit.
but like I'd do Fight Night. You know what, low key, a franchise I low key want back that wasn't the best?
Yeah.
The Darkness games.
Yeah. I know you're a
Darkness
big
2,
Darkness boy.
Darkness 2 is a blast. Because like I don't need my games to be perfect. I just need them to be fun.
Yeah.
Like if you make a fun game, then like all of its little weird imperfections are fine. But as
Ooh.
long as the game is fun, there is no problem.
You know what game we need in 2022?
What?
Blitz 3.
Yes, sir. Actually,
bro,
fuck it.
stop.
Let's go
Stop.
Titanfall. Let's go.
Yo, Blitz and
If I had
Titanfall.
I'm telling you right now, if I had a Blitz 3, I might enjoy football again.
This is 3 go. Okay, one thing I hate. Whenever YouTubers play the game, they call it NFL Blitz. It's not NFL. It's just blitz the league. It's not NFL. There's
What
not
are you,
NFL about it.
what are you talking about? When was this?
No, there are a lot of YouTubers that'll play it for the first time, and they'll call it NFL Blitz, like NFL
Oh
Blitz
yeah.
the league. It's not NFL Blitz. It's Blitz the league. NFL
Well,
Blitz
it's
is a
crazy.
completely
They're
different
actually
entity.
Yeah, it is. But I see where the confusion's coming
studio.
from.
But yeah,
I mean, the
yeah.
gameplay's the same, besides the strippers and the drugs and the beating people up. It's the same gameplay as it. It's the same arcadey shit, but it's not.
The strippers was kind of cool.
You know, you know.
Uh,
I want a 2K football game back. That's what I want.
yeah,
I want back
we
Nature back.
there need to be competition in the sports sports game world, but
Well,
that's a
hey,
whole different conversation.
That's for literally every sport though. Like I mean, there's no competition for any game. It's just like the best game is the best game,
well, we
right?
talked about
No other
how. Well, it's just because they sign these exclusive deals, and so
Yeah,
like,
but isn't so the I know the FIFA exclusivities
yeah, we
like
talked about that on another pod. I brought it up, which could be huge,
yeah
but it
yeah
sucks
that's
just because
coming.
like there has been Pez. Pez used to be a big soccer game, along with FIFA. It was like ESPN NFL 2K5, or it was like 2K and EA, and then there's Pez, and Pez was really really good, but then some teams didn't sign an exclusive deal with EA, or some teams did, and so the Pez games just didn't have like certain teams.
Yeah, but they have all the players.
Yes, but it's like FIFA 21 doesn't have Juventus in it, so you couldn't play with Ronaldo on Juventus in FIFA 21. It was like FC Italia, and it was just like because it's
That's
Italian
so
league.
weird.
It's the Italian, yeah.
That's so
So they just
weird.
like made up a team for it. I mean, it's like in those Blitz games where it's just different teams. It's like the Monster Football game where it's all just puns off of teams.
And
Like,
players.
yeah, like that. God, that game looks so bad. But yeah, but I don't know. That would be a fun thing. Coming up with a list of games we want to see redone or brought back. We're doing our top 10 list of games through like for each console generation. Uh oh, ideas for the future.
I could not come up with 10 games on the OG Xbox.
Yeah, you could, because
Okay,
you could
maybe top
really just
fives.
think of like. I mean, you really
Oh,
I lost
just
Chris. I mean,
we lost Chris. Chris is
and
back.
no. Yeah, my alarm to go fucking walk went
No,
off.
but Joe, it's also just not just the original Xbox. It would be Xbox,
All right.
GameCube, PS2.
Yeah, that's that entire generation.
Yeah, that's right. But I don't know. You're right. I wouldn't have many of the games. I didn't play a lot of games.
Joe's list is Halo 1, Halo 2,
Halo 2.
Halo 2 multiplayer, Fusion Frenzy 1,
Yo, Fusion Frenzy
2.
slap.
Fusion
Frenzy
Frenzy
slaps.
If you know Fusion Frenzy, bro, then you're okay in my book.
Jet Set, Radio Future.
Ooh,
Whatever the
that
fuck that
that
game's
list
called.
would be the hardest list for Chris to make, because he'd have to pick Halo, Halo 2, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter,
That's
Smash,
literally like my entire like
childhood.
gaming career. Like everything that made me a gamer is in that generation.
Yep, that's the good shit. Sab
Yeah.
2, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
I don't care what anybody says. Like that is like the best generation.
I still have our villain playthrough to go through.
Yep.
The what?
Patreon.
Sonic Adventure.
When we get to one Patreon member, Chris is gonna live stream him finishing the Villain Saga and
Bro,
Sonic
I'm not
Adventure 2
doing
Battle.
that. You know what?
Whenever we
Hey,
get one Patreon,
if we get 3 Patreons, then I will
we
do
gotta
it.
set up
I will
the
do it live.
Patreon.
I will do it live. If we set up and if we get 3 patrons,
if this
I will
video
do.
here, let's do it. Okay, we're 45 minutes into the pod right now. All right, our average viewership is like 4 minutes. If this video gets 10 likes, if this video gets 10 likes, Chris will live stream him beating the villain story in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. And then the
Yes,
next
we're so
episode, if
pumped.
it gets
We're
another
good.
10 likes.
Both our commentary, of course.
Yep. Oh God. Well, it'll have to wait though till Chris gets back.
I'm supposed
But
to be going back in December. I'm
remember when
making
you were supposed
my
to go back in October?
yeah. But no, I'm getting my dad to rent a car and come down here so that I can take all my shit so
Oh,
that I
so
don't
you have
have
to
to
fly or anything.
so I don't have to fly a bunch of shit. Yeah.
What time?
Yeah,
When in
that
December you going?
It's supposed to be the first week.
Shit, I was gonna say I'll be up in Allen December 4th.
Shit. All right, cool.
Family reunion.
I can go ahead and
You want to be around a bunch of old white
delay
people?
it.
No, you don't have to
Shit,
do
I'll
that.
go. I don't give a. I mean, like that's you act like I haven't been around old white people my entire life.
Yo,
I just hope Chris makes it back
You said what, Joe?
yo.
from the party. I just hope he makes
Is
it
your
back.
dad gonna drive you back, or are you gonna drive?
We're both gonna
I
drive,
was gonna say, are
but
you
I'm
able to
probably
drive?
gonna drive. Yeah, I can drive.
Okay. Is Colin gonna roll with y'all?
Fuck no.
How much is this gonna be like the most prolonged amount of time you spent with your dad in your whole life?
It's up there.
Hopefully, they. I can only see that ending up perfectly. I don't see how that can go poorly.
I don't think I could be poorly at all.
Yeah.
I could.
Yo,
It'd be like the only way. The only thing that I could see going better is Joe, you and your brother in a very long car ride across the country.
That car doesn't make it back. That car is not making it back.
Ooh, if we get enough people to sign up for the Patreon, we'll do a family pod.
Oh
We all
no,
talk about our
I'm
family.
not sure I'm ready to put that much personal information on
No,
the
no, no,
internet
no,
like
no.
that.
I'm talking. That's one. The things that are gonna have to rely on this to happen. One, pod blows up. We get more than 3 views on YouTube. Two, we get a bunch of people to sign up for the Patreon, and we do the family pod. There's a lot of things that would build up to that.
And yeah, that's a Patreon exclusive.
It's only Patreon only. That's a top tier. You gotta be. That's a $20 a month Patreon sub. To get the. We get a 10K goal. We get 10K Patreons.
Imagine having 3 patrons and they all have the fucking top tier fucking $20 a month Patreon.
No. We'll put it. I'd say it'd have to be like over 1,000 people in a Patreon. Like once we hit 1,000 Patreon members, we'd get that signed up. And the good news is we still don't have a Patreon, so we're here for it. Well, talking about Chris,
What?
we're gonna talk about college football a little bit. First thing I
Oh,
gotta go.
yeah.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with Texas football?
I feel like
Dude.
I feel like they just weren't as good. They're just not good. That's
No,
it.
I don't.
No,
I don't
see,
think.
no,
I don't think that's it.
no, I don't think that's it. It's
No, they're just
definitely
not good.
if you watch them play, you can tell that they're good. It's not
Totally.
that. It's definitely a mindset thing. I think it's a mindset thing. I don't think they're fully invested with Sark yet. It's a real mess. I can say though that one thing is the freshmen and the younger guys are doing their thing.
Yo, am I James Worthy? No, Xavier Worthy, savage. That man's crazy.
Yeah, he's. I mean, he's speed kills, bro.
No, I don't.
He's nuts.
No, I think it's. I don't know. No, Joe. You can tell they're good just by the games that they've played. They've just fallen off the wagon. Like they beat Tech. They scored 70 points on Tech. They were beating the shit out of OU, and they fell apart. They were beating the shit out of Baylor, and they fell apart. Like the only 2 real bad games that they've looked really really bad in have been Arkansas and Iowa State. And so they have the talent to compete with the best teams in the conference. It's just fuck. And I mean, it's the same shit that Charlie Strong had to deal with when he got there. It's the same shit Herman had to deal with, but fuck him. Here at the No Shot Podcast, we live by one thing, and it's fuck Tom Herman.
Howdy.
Yeah? A No Shot exclusive? A No Shot exclusive? Former Texas player speaks out like fuck Tom Herman. Hey, we gotta get on this shit before your old teammate does. McCullough, Well,
Oh,
fuck,
Jeff.
yeah. Even though he knows more shit than I do, but
I mean, he does, but I mean, he's gonna have his own stories. Like, he.
yeah,
I mean, but I mean, he also was not like he didn't do himself any favors. Is all I'm gonna say about that.
no. Well, hey, if you had to rank the three most recent Texas coaches,
By what?
just by their knowledge of football, their ability to build a good culture, and their like accountability to the players.
Okay, well, accountability to the players. I'm gonna say Herman. Culture is probably strong, and then as far as I'm concerned, football knowledge is 100% Sark.
So why do you
Like,
think why are you saying
just from what
Herman
I've
for
seen,
accountability?
because it was definitely like no one, like, from my perspective, and so the people that I was around, like, no one really truly fucked with him.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about like what Herman did and the things that he was implementing made people more accountable. So like it was one of those things where you definitely like it was one of those where it's like your parents are like, "Yo, do the shit." You're like, but then it becomes habit, right? And then you just do your shit over and over and over again. That's basically what it was.
Okay. If you think out of the three, if each one of them had the same starting point and that each one of them had a fair shot, they had 10 years with the team, who do you think is the most successful?
Um, Depends on which team they have. Well,
I'm just saying starting from scratch, like just starting from scratch. Like,
I mean, that's tough, dude. I don't know because they all have different philosophies. It's weird. I don't know. That's a very tough question to ask to answer.
I feel like if I feel like if Charlie had Sark as an offensive coordinator and then defense coordinator from Arkansas,
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. Like, a huge problem with Texas is that like the boosters have a
yes,
lot of
it's
influence
so
with the school
stupid.
and what goes on. So, like, and I mean, Strong being black coach, he's already on a short leash with Texas boosters. So it's like, not to say that they weren't going to give him his chance, but I mean, like people just, I mean, he already didn't have a long window to begin with. And then, I mean, it's a mess, man. And then he doesn't want to step on nobody's shoes because he's a really nice guy. He doesn't want to like impose on anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It was a mess, man. But I think for him, for sure, it was a wrong time thing. I think if he got the job when Herman got the job, it would have been a lot better for him. But I mean, he also wouldn't be in the position he would have been at that time because we wouldn't have been there. But it's whatever.
I will say Charlie Strong, good fucking dude.
Great dude.
I'll never forget when he took time out of his day to talk to me and genuinely talk to me. I was like, that's a good fucking guy. He was showing he was showing a recruit around, and he stopped to talk to you and me. It actually like made time to talk to me. I was like, that's a good guy.
Yeah,
And
he's a really good guy.
that's a cool dude, cool ass dude. And now he works for an Italian. All right.
The best pod meta right there.
Oh,
Good
I
grief.
can't wait to do my ancestry.com stuff if I find out I'm Italian or not.
Whoa. Okay.
What?
For a slight second, it sounded like you said ancestry. Yeah. And
Oh,
I was
shit.
flipping. I'm like, yo, Jared, what?
Yo,
Don't do that.
Joe, do you have any Joe, do you have any thoughts or opinions on the University of Texas football program?
Bad. Just nothing more than that.
Ooh,
Okay.
so I read this article. I don't get y'all's thoughts on this, and it was talking about how Casey Thompson, Hudson Card ain't it the five quarterbacks that Texas should go after in the transfer portal, and I want to. There are two names that I wanted to ask you guys about. All right, one is Kedon Slovis, the quarterback at USC right now. There are rumors that he might leave since Helton got fired, and that they really like that freshman quarterback, so he might transfer out. What do you guys? Have you guys watched him play at all?
Yeah, I watched him play one time. I think it was with you, Jared.
Oh, was it the Stanford USC game?
Yeah.
Well, he was also the quarterback there when he might have been the
When
quarterback
what?
when y'all played.
No, he was
No, no,
not.
no. He was. It was the year after you left. He was the
That's
quarterback when they
because
played.
I was going to say because we played Sam Darnold.
Yeah, it was the year after you guys left. Because no, no, no. It was 2 years. No, it would have been because JT Daniels took over for Sam Darnold. Then JT Daniels got beat up by Slovis. Yeah, he's the motherfucker. He's the reason why JT Daniels transferred to Georgia. But
Oh,
he was like freshman phenom, and they wanted him to go. The other name, Spicy. Spicy. Spencer Rattler.
I don't think in college football wants Spencer Rattler right now.
No. Do you think Spencer
He's
Rattler goes D3?
no, I don't think he goes D3. I think he just goes to another school thinking that he's all that, and then he's benched because he's not all that.
True. What do you think, Joe? Joe, how do you feel about Spencer Rattler?
Sucks.
Would you rather have Spencer Rattler or Zach Wilson?
What do you mean?
What?
Like in college?
In general.
What? Like I don't. If Spencer Rattler hasn't played in the NFL, how
I'm
would
just
I?
saying right now you had to pick one.
Oh, probably the guy in the NFL, Jared.
Okay, okay, okay. You gotta be so angry, Joe.
It's just a stupid question.
Hey, I'm just asking. I'm just trying to keep you involved, man. Well,
No, you guys got it, bro. I don't know shit about college football, so I don't have anything to say.
well,
I mean, you act like we do. Like, we're
Yeah.
just talking. You act like we do have something or we know something.
You guys actually watch it. I don't.
What do you, Joe? What do you mean? I've seen just as many college football games as you have.
That's probably not true.
It's very
I
true.
think the only time Chris has watched college football is when we have watched college football together.
So Chris is just like posting shit on fucking Twitter for no reason about. I don't really understand why the what's our face.
Well, no, no. I said that because of the video situation.
I mean, he needs to fucking chill because his team's just bad. Get used to it.
The team is not bad.
Team sucks.
I love how Joe just has a good or bad situation. It's black or white. There's no gray.
Ooh.
Nope, no gray.
Ooh, here we go. I got a new segment that we're gonna do. We're gonna go down the NFL, and Joe's gonna say if they're good or bad.
Oh my god. Here we go.
All right, Joe. 5-3 Bills.
They're good.
They're bad.
5-4 Patriots.
They suck.
They're good.
Okay, wait. Let's go. We'll go in order. All right. 8-1 Cardinals.
They're good.
7-2 Titans.
They're okay. Overrated.
Oh, it's gray. The 7-2 Packers.
They're good.
Without Aaron Rodgers.
They suck.
The Los Angeles Rams.
They're really good.
The Buccaneers.
They're good, I guess.
The Cowboys.
They're good.
The Ravens.
They lose in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They suck.
The 5-3 Chargers.
They suck.
We already did the Bills. The 5-3 Raiders.
They definitely suck.
The 5-3 Saints.
They suck.
The 5-3 Steelers.
They suck.
The 5-4 Chiefs.
They're 5-4 now.
Yeah.
They still suck.
The 5-4 Browns.
They suck.
5-4 Bengals.
They're good.
They're on a 2-game losing streak.
That
What?
happens.
They got the
What?
shit pieced out of them, but they got the shit beat out of them by the Browns.
That's not what I said.
All right, 5-4 Broncos.
They suck.
They
Four,
beat the Cowboys. They were up 30-0. What are you talking about?
They suck.
4-4 Falcons.
Okay.
They suck.
4-5 Panthers.
They suck.
4-5 Colts. We're in the losing records now. 4-5 Colts.
They suck.
The craziest part, the Colts have a plus 32 point differential, and they're 4-5.
Don't ask.
3-5 Vikings.
They suck.
I'm gonna stop saying the records now, even though you can get the Seahawks.
I mean, he hasn't said. He said one team is good after that has less than 6 wins. So
Yeah,
like,
I know. The
They suck.
Seahawks, the Niners,
They suck.
Eagles,
Suck.
Giants,
Suck.
Bears,
Suck.
Dolphins,
Suck.
Jets
They're really bad.
with Mike White,
The best team in the NFL.
the football team,
What football team?
the Washington football team,
Oh, they suck.
the Jaguars,
They're really bad.
Texans.
Not good.
Oh, they don't suck, but they're not good. Okay, the Lions.
Lions, they're the best team in the NFL.
So according to Joe, Cardinals are good, Titans are good, Packers are good, Rams are good, Bucks are good, Cowboys are good, Chargers are good, Bills are good, Saints are good.
I thought you said the Chargers were bad.
Did you say the Chargers are bad, Joe?
No, they're good.
Oh, so you got
and
it.
then the Bengals are good. Every other team sucks. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
At least he's consistent. Okay, so what we're going to do real quick is we're going to look at, we're going to bring this over. Boom. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
So real quick, we're like college football standings. We're in about like we're in it. We're in it real quick. So we're just going to take a look back at where our original predictions were, where the season was. We did not watch a lot of college football before, and we still have not watched a lot of college football. I watched a lot of Texas games. That's about it. So, our predictions for the conferences. We'll do it like this. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So, the SEC. We all predicted that Bama would win the SEC. Right now, they're still in place where they could win the SEC because they're 5-1, top of the the top of the West, and then they got Georgia
Top of the
top
morning.
of the East. Do we still think Bama's gonna win the SEC?
I'm not gonna bet against them, but I think Georgia's gonna win. I'm still gonna vote Bama.
I'll say I think just the fact that Georgia has given up 49 points all year is crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I still think Bama's gonna win it.
Okay, all right. Next, the Biggie 12. Chris said Texas. I said Texas. Joe said Iowa State. Right now, the Big 12 standings are OU, Oklahoma State, Baylor, and Iowa State. Who do we think wins it?
I'm sick with Iowa State.
They got an outside shot in hell.
I'm gonna say
Texas.
Oklahoma State. I'm gonna say Oklahoma State wins.
Yeah, I don't think Oklahoma can. I don't think Oklahoma's as good as their record is.
I think Oklahoma State is gonna play Oklahoma. They're gonna beat the brakes off of them, and then they're gonna play again in the championship.
Yep.
And then it's gonna be a closer game, but I still think they're gonna win.
All right, Pac-12. This is a bit of a crapshoot. Chris said Oregon. Joe said Utah. I said USC. Right now, it's Oregon.
Wazoo. What?
Hey, the two closest people right now are Joe and Chris, because Joe said Utah and Chris said Oregon. As of right now, they'd play each other. And so who
Bro,
knows?
Wazoo second in
Yes,
the North.
sir.
I see you.
Arizona won a game. Shout out Arizona, they won a game. I think
And it's
Oregon.
more
I
than the
think
Lions.
Oregon. I think Oregon wins.
I think Oregon
I
as
think
well.
if the championship game is Oregon versus Utah, I think that'll be a really good game. But
That's why.
I just had faith in USC, and they sucked. I remember saying, "Hey, let's throw it back to 2006," and then that didn't happen. ACC, we couldn't have been more wrong in this bitch.
The ACC is wild.
We could not have been more wrong in this bitch. Chris
Look at
said
fucking Wake
Miami,
Forest.
and Joe and I said Clemson. All right. Joe and I are closer than Chris because Clemson's 5-4, 3-2. Right now, it's Pitt at 5-1, and undefeated Wake Forest in ACC play.
I
Who
still don't
would
know
have
why Chris
thought?
picked Miami.
What'd you say?
Why'd you pick Miami?
Mm-hmm. Just a crapshoot.
Hey, if there's one thing
I
I
mean,
know about
like
college
they're
football,
3-2. It's not like they're sitting there shitting the bed.
they have been.
They haven't been the best.
They've started off horrible. They started off 2-4, and they've kind of straightened the ship now.
Can we talk
But
about how NC State is only allowed 86 points?
can we talk about how the only consistent thing in college football now is that Florida State sucks? Dude, how has Virginia Tech only scored 89 points in conference? That is crazy.
I don't know.
Shout out to UNC for just sucking it up after they were supposed to be really good. Oh, they just can't win on the road. That's crazy. All right. Biggie 10. We all said Ohio State. As right now, kind of standing. Pretty sure
Yeah.
Ohio State still has all the big teams left, though, I think.
You said Indiana.
I know I said Indiana. I was trying to cover it up. No, I said Indiana, but then I also said Ohio State was going to make the playoffs because I don't really believe in the Indiana pick. Yeah, but Ohio State still has to play Purdue, Michigan State, and Michigan. So who the fuck
But
knows?
that's always how Ohio State's schedule is. They always play like shit teams in the beginning, and then they play like really tough teams at the end.
I did say Indiana, and Indiana is 0-6. I will show you why I said. I will show you why I said Indiana. Is there a way for me to go back to last year, 2020? Will it update it? Oh, this is why I picked Indiana last year because look, they lost 2 games. That was it. That was it. They barely lost to Ohio State. I thought they were gonna turn it around. I was wrong, and I can admit that. Yep. And then we just did Power 5 because who gives a shit about Group of 5? Fuck you, Cincinnati. Now, shout out Cincinnati.
Fucking
All right.
two of my playoff teams are out.
Okay, rankings. This is it. All right. Where is the playoff college football ranking? Right now, the college football rankings have Georgia, Bama, Oregon, Ohio State. Chris, with
Two of my
God,
teams are out.
all of us, the only ones we have right are Bama and Ohio State. And at this point, neither of them could make it potentially. None of it. We could all be fucking wrong. In the Natty, Chris said Florida, no shot. Joe said Coastal, no shot. Mine's still alive. But, yeah.
Heisman, mine's out.
No, yours could still. Joe and I's are fucking out. Favorite to win. Mine's definitely out because he's fucking hurt for the year.
I think Bijan said he's sitting out the rest of the year.
Did he?
I think so.
Let's do some. Bijan. I don't. Where'd you hear that?
On Twitter.
Like, did you read it somewhere?
Yeah. I don't remember though.
If I'm on Twitter, you're probably right.
Apparently he's hurt.
Yeah, he is hurt. Like a neck injury or something like
A
that.
neck strain. What the hell? He's considered day to day. His injury is not significant.
A running back with a neck injury sounds kind of significant.
I know, it's probably just nothing too bad. Bijan Robinson sitting out? Uh-oh. Crant.com? Saw an insider into the program post on Twitter. that John Robinson will no longer suit up for the Longhorns this season. He's calling it quits for 2021 and sitting it out. Wow. Transferring? I don't know. Honestly, if Bijan did like sit out this year or sit out next year, and he was just like, he goes first 2 rounds if he doesn't play next year.
I don't think he goes first 2 rounds. I don't think anyone would bank on him like that.
But yep.
I think he would definitely go like top 3. Yep. I mean top 5, like 3 and like 3 through 6.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. We've been going for about an hour 10 minutes. I think it's fine. Time to break out the pick'em. All right. I did not do last night. I forgot.
Trust me, no one did.
All right. Sweet. Uh oh. Were you right?
Of course not.
All right.
We're gonna against my fucking Ravens. Are you serious?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this pod up with our pick'em. We got the 6-2 Cowboys versus the 4-4 Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to boys.
I'm going Cowboys.
I'm going the Cowboys, I guess.
And they're home.
Yep. We get the 5-3 Saints at the 7-2 Texans. I think the Texans win. They've been on this hot streak. Bold prediction: Adrian Peterson's gonna rush for 700 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Imagine. That'd be literally every record.
Exactly. What are y'all picking?
I picked the Saints.
Uh-oh. Joe?
Titans.
All right. The 2-6 Jags versus the 4-5 Colts.
Pick the Colts.
I'm gonna pick the Jags.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna pick the Jags. They beat the fucking Bills. I'm gonna take the Jags. I think they ride this wave in this divisional game. Joe?
I'm taking the Colts, I guess. I don't know.
All right, the 5-4 Browns versus the Patriots. The 5-4 Patriots. I'm taking Patriots.
Patriots.
The Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets. Uh-oh.
I'm taking the Jets. Mike White. Let's go.
Wait, Mike White's playing?
He is playing.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I'll pick the Jets.
Fuck it, we all know. We all get no points. All right,
I'm not picking the Jets.
The 0-8 Lions versus the 5-3 Steelers.
I'm picking the Lions.
I'm picking the Steelers.
The Steelers.
I'm picking the Lions until they win. Let's go.
They are completely defeated. How are you gonna keep picking them?
Because I said it. I told y'all.
Your reason's so stupid.
It's not.
Joe's just mad at the world.
Chris, he hasn't found a way to win, 8 games?
It's Jared Goff's fault. I'm saying it here.
I think it's a complete depleted roster void of talent. It's fault.
Okay.
Led by Jared Goff.
All right. The 6-2 Bucks take on the Washington football team. I think the Bucks slaughter them.
Watch Washington just rinse them.
I will say Washington almost beat them in the playoffs last year.
Chase Young hit 3 sacks.
Taylor Heinicke popped off. All right, up next we got the P.J. Walker-led Panthers versus the 8-1 Cardinals. I'm taking the Cardinals for some reason.
I'm taking the Cardinals.
Yeah, probably the Cardinals. I felt the same about here.
I don't know why I'm going against Cam Newton and Christian McCaffrey.
Well, Cam Newton isn't starting.
He can't play yet.
There.
All right.
He's still.
Hey, the XFL GOAT is leading the Panthers. So. Up next, we have the 3-5 Minnesota Vikings fighting the skidding LA Chargers. Who y'all take?
Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings.
Chargers.
I think this is a bounce back week for the Chargers. If Cooper Rush can beat the Vikings, I got faith.
I hope they have a bounce back week. I really do.
All right, the 3-6 Eagles and the 5-4 Broncos. I'm taking the Broncos just because if they lose another game this year, I'm gonna kill myself.
The Broncos.
The Broncos.
All right. The 3-5 Seahawks, who might have Russell Wilson back, playing the Green Bay Packers, who might have Aaron Rodgers back. If not, we're gonna have Geno Smith versus fucking Jordan Love.
Seahawks.
Packers.
I think if Rodgers plays, the Packers win. If he doesn't play, I think the Seahawks win. All right. The 5-4 Chiefs versus the 5-3 Raiders. I'm going the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I think the Chiefs are going to run over the Raiders.
Chris?
Chris,
Yes, Jared.
are you gonna take the Chiefs or the Raiders?
I'm taking the Raiders.
Fair enough. The 7-2 Rams versus 3-5 Niners. Rams by 100, but I think the total points is gonna be 32. So shit, 60. Fuck it, we'll let it ride. 62 total points. Why not? Fuck it. I mistyped, and we'll roll with it. Well, boys, you got anything else y'all want to say before we wrap this thing up?
Yeah, I do have one more thing.
Yeah.
What's up?
So, in the Star Wars universe, do you think that anybody used Force Choke as Force Stroke?
Wouldn't that
What?
be? Wouldn't you want to use like force push or pull for that?
Well, it is called choking the chicken.
Okay, but if you're trying to
Hey.
masturbate, are you just grabbing your pud, or are you pulling your
Imagine,
pud?
imagine if that's what all you did to masturbate. You just
Thought
grabbed
it.
it and stroked it.
I feel like that be like a pretty efficient way
I mean,
if you could just grab it.
would that? Okay, question. Hypothetical question. How rampant do you think like if force users like how rampant do you think like sexual assault was with force users? Because like you can't if you don't have the force, you can't do anything.
True.
Like if Joe wanted to, Chris, Joe could just stop you and then just pull your pud with his mind.
But is it his mind or is it like nature? You know.
It's his midichlorian count touching your
Yeah, my
pud.
midichlorians.
His
My
midichlorians.
powerhouse is this powerhouse than your cells.
That's the mitochondria.
Same thing.
Not at all.
It's not. George Lucas made one up. One is a real thing.
Same thing.
It's not.
Literally the same thing.
Fair enough. Well, thanks for listening to the No Shot Podcast. We made it all the way through. Remember, if we get 10 likes on the video, Chris will live stream him beating Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Good thing I have about 7 different YouTube accounts that I can like the video with.
Yeah, I don't think anybody like ever actually watches all the way through though.
They
Like,
don't.
be
They
real.
don't. But we just still gonna say it. Make sure you like and subscribe whatever you listen to this. Make sure you download, rate 5 stars.
We should start
Hopefully
saying
next
it.
time, Joe doesn't interrupt or talk over, and he can fix it so he has no fucking echo. See ya.
Well,
I mean, it's really just an effort thing. Like, I mean,
It really is.
you gotta
I'm
want it.
literally holding my phone.
You gotta want it. That's all I'm
You
saying.
gotta want it.
I'm literally holding my phone.
You might think this is a fucking game. This ain't no fucking game.
I'm just saying that like we should say, hey, thanks for making for the first 4 minutes of the podcast. Like, favorite.
I know we could. All right, peace.
Shoot.